was going on today. I guess the first one I read basically was about drone delivery and how confident I guess people are in it. So this one here says majority of Brits do not think drones would be good for parcel deliveries. Some 86% of people in the UK do not believe that the use of drones will be good for parcel deliveries, a new study has shown. In a report by RS Components which revealed people's opinions on drones in everyday life. 30% of those surveyed said drones were a threat to aircrafts, while 20% thought they were an invasion of privacy. The figures also show that 81% of people do not know where to legally fly a drone. A drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle aircraft that does not have a human pilot on board and therefore can be controlled remotely. That sounds about right, like people always show in the media and stuff like that. It's no surprise that people are afraid of it, so to speak, even though a lot of them are quote toys. People just use it to quickly capture scenery and stuff like that. This one has some interesting statistics though. It says here, RS data shows that the United States is the country with the most drone company headquarters in the world with 461 in total. It was followed by China with 50 and Japan 47. US drone firms Trulia, Zipline, and 3D Robotics are receiving the most funding to help aid their manufacturing and development. I guess that's kind of interesting because most of the big drones that people have heard of are actually from China. I guess things like DJI, for example, or even things like Autel, they're technically owned by like a Chinese company. So it's kind of interesting to actually read that, where there's actually more, I guess you could say, drone companies based in the US. Although it makes you wonder with all the shutdowns and everything like that, businesses closing down, not wanting people to go inside various places to crowd up, it makes you wonder if they will make things like drone delivery a standard pretty quickly, just because it enables you to keep people apart and all that too. But with that in mind too, just in terms of things like, I guess, what people read in the news and stuff and all that, I thought this one was really fascinating, I guess, in relation to things like lockdowns and stuff. And apparently this one was in California, and they have shutdowns, I guess, for businesses like many places in the world, but this one was kind of fascinating because it was a video online that shows, I guess, a lady who was forced to close her business. I believe it's a dining company, and she tried to do everything to make it outdoors, to make it, I guess, valid in terms of the rules, but she was still shut down. But apparently, I guess it was a production that was able to set up right next to her though. Like they have outdoor, I guess you could say, dining and stuff for like the craft services. That's kind of interesting to think about in terms of, I guess, regulations and double standards. In that sense, it's kind of fascinating.
This being set up for a movie company. Everything I own is being taken away from me. And they set up a movie company right next to my outdoor patio. Tell me that this is dangerous, but right next to me as a slap in my face.
That is interesting to think about, actually, where if it's all about safety, closing down these businesses, like these small ones, why would a bigger one be allowed to operate, so to speak, in the same circumstance?
Communism! Everything will be free! Except your freedom.
Protest?
That's not normal! What is this? It's weird. And another female friend of mine mentioned to me, she said there's something, men aren't quite what they used to be, something weird is going on, and I kind of see her point, I mean, we as men, right, we're the warriors. We used to hunt bears for food. You realize that? One guy would be like, all right, you sneak up behind him, you poke him, he'll be distracted. I'll spear the bear to death, we'll kill him, and then we'll eat him. That's men. Now, men are walking around with face diapers because they're afraid of getting a flu. Come on, guys.
Alright, see you guys later.